Greetings and welcome to HTH Engineering Incorporated. This is another in our series of reasonable use measures for getting reimbursement through the HITECH Act. Today we're going to be talking about what puts the power in the Nuance PowerMic 2. The input devices for Dragon, naturally speaking, vary based on quality of the voice input. You might recognize the DragonPad document, and you might recognize a contact management or EHR where you would need to be putting in fields of dictation. There may be a history note that you add to one of the patient histories, and as you add a note to it, you would want to attach files, and you'd want to just keep all of your information here. The idea with the PowerMic is you're speaking into your mouse. You get full mouse control that if you needed to select on a field and launch a particular website, you can do it with the mouse controls, or you can do it by your voice. Simply saying open Internet Explorer would achieve the same results. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the aspects of some of the features of programming the microphone buttons in the PowerMic and some of the features of the commands. Now, what I'd like to start with is in Dragon, naturally speaking, you've got a command browser which will submit to you a list of commands and templates that you can make. Here's one that is some Dragon input and inpatient, some progress notes and different things. We're going to be using just the regular DragonPad document, and by pushing the center button here, I've got it set to start the microphone at the upper left-hand corner of our Dragon screen. So let's get started. Dragon Inpatient Consult Template. If you notice that while I was speaking, the red button LED comes on. Select all. Set font 20. That's just so you can see it. Now, one of the aspects is when you select the fields, the small button to the left of the pointer is the left mouse click, and this is the right mouse click. We're in field 7. You can jump behind on the fields and go and toggle through to the requesting physician. As you're dictating now, you have the choice of either giving a verbal command, Dr. Tom Eckert. Next field, patient has thrombophlebitis. Next field, this is a first-time out-of-nowhere condition. Now I've got it set to where if I wanted to replay my dictation or transcribe it, each one of the buttons around the record button would allow us to do that. I can also jump to the next field by hitting the right forward field, or jump back by hitting the left forward field. You notice that you can either use your voice or the commands. Watch for the red button. Medical history is patient is a chronic knucklehead. Next field, none. Next field, penicillin. Next field, select assailant. Scratch that. Select and. Penicillin. Next field, non-smoker, comma, running on grossly overweight potential. Next field, good. Next field, none. Next field, performed. Next field, CR-EHR solutions from HTH Engineering for additional data. Next field, there is hope for him. Next field, scratch that. If you notice that it said next field, there is no more fields. Go to bottom. New paragraph. Dragon normal head. New paragraph. Dragon normal heart. New paragraph. Scratch that. New paragraph. Dragon normal chest. What we've done is we've input normal templates of the commands that you would normally like to make. Now, how are these commands created? Well, by speaking a few words. Select last paragraph. Make that a command. And if you'll notice in the My Commands editor, now the words that you've got, that you've spoken, either out of the box, included in Dragon Naturally Speaking, or the words that you insert as well as graphics can be included here. At the time that you give it a name, Test Dragon Command. So we'll hit save, and this has been added to our command browser as a user-defined command. And we've got Test Dragon Command here. Get back to the field here. Go to bottom. New paragraph. Pig your reader. Now I know that's not how you pronounce your reader. Scratch that. New paragraph. But with simple commands, you can insert documents for the patient to take home if it was home health care and you had a home therapy situation. You could also include those documents as well. The last thing I'd like to go over here is one of the options under Tools and Options is that the Power Mic itself is one of the tabs, and as you're going through to change it, you can see that right here as you select a button, these are the options you can use to select what you would like to have as programmed in the button, whether it be applications or navigation. One I would recommend is looking at the Enter and Select, which is down here right above the mouse pointer, is you can set that as a navigation and accept the defaults, or I would say select it as a dictation, and one of the choices is to transfer text. So if you're transferring text into a Dragon Pad and want to insert that into an EHR, you could with one button insert into the field for the EHR. But each one of the fields is programmable. Each one of the buttons is an option to select what of the playbacks or recognition modes you like. The final one would be the two hotkey buttons here that I've got as custom left and right. These are what I use to jump between the fields, but knowing that I might be able to say it verbally and jump between the fields easier, all of our user commands that we've got, including our make that a command, select last paragraph, Dragon Impatient Template, with one button push, you could input that command or a SOAP template right into the document. So that is what gets the power from the Power Mic 2 by Nuance for Dragon Naturally Speaking, the Medical Practice Edition. We're HTH Engineering, and we thank you for your attention.